Wow. I've done a thing. I've gone balls out, mate. I'm gonna have to put the kettle on. I've gone savage, as you can see. In fact, I'm gonna say this is worse than the other side. And we are back in JM Garage. One massive thing we did this weekend. I don't know if it's noticeable to you, but we had a tidy up. Moved some stuff around, got rid of 250 kilos of junk, moved some shelves around. We used to have a set of shelves here where the Mini Moke project is. Moved some shelves over there for Mike's next project, which is that Mini cover. And that's the Mini you've been watching in the last episodes, the black one. The 998mm twinings. I kept calling it a 1989, but it's not, it's a 91. I can see my workbench for the first time in probably about a year, which is nice. Alright, today we're looking at Mini Moke action. I've just been highlighting some, had a little update with Mike, see where we're at. He's a fabricator amongst us. So we started looking at the original petrol tank fitment. I'm pleased to say it goes into the space I've created very well. Obviously there's some fettling that needs to do on the old hardware. We decided I'm plug welds from that side once the floor goes on there. We've looked at the fitment of the floor panel, which is that panel behind the car there. And that it was important to look at that now before I start this other side to ensure we get that going on in exactly the right place and the right manner, which I was slightly off. The floor panel needs to slide underneath this. So I'm going to cut a little slit in this panel here, so then that floor panel can slide under there. Obviously I need to do that slightly different when I tackle this other side, which isn't too far from getting done, but yeah, it's a consideration we need to look at. And there's some captive nuts that potentially need putting onto this section to hold on this. This is the fuel tank closing panel that goes on underneath. I need to clean off this that I've marked with an X. So this is a double skin, but that's part of that floor panel again. So that needs to come off there and this needs to come off there. It's already halfway off, but that shouldn't give me too much trouble. So yeah, a few considerations, a few things to make life easier when we come to buttoning it up. I've kept some of the old panels that I've taken off just for reference. That came in useful today to see where these holes are. These three holes, they're gonna go on. I've got to put those holes onto this panel here, so that went in there like that. And these three holes are for the captive nuts in that closing panel. So, yeah, it's interesting to keep these old bits, all these cut-offs, because you can often see the layup, for example, how old panels were on, and that's interesting for me to see because I can see that that panel that goes on the front here wasn't all the way down to the bottom. There's what you can see about a 10mm gap at the bottom edge, so that's good for me to know because I was having some fitment concerns about that panel. So yeah, I'm going to drill spot welds, drill holes in this, or punch holes in this panel, and then plug weld from that side when that floor's in place. And then obviously it gets spot welded onto this back edge here. Again, we'll plug weld, so I'll drill holes in the floor and put plug weld into that heel board. But that's this morning's progress with making a plan, and to be honest, half the time that's half the battle, isn't it? Making a plan, figuring out what to do. It's a beautiful day here in France, sun is shining, feels like springtime. Happy days, Mikey. Can't complain. We probably will. We shouldn't complain. Yeah, let's get some stuff done. I think you can see how quicker and easier using this guy was. You can see he's got a hole punch there, which clamps down, punches the hole out. Much easier than drilling them out. Quicker, cleaner, less noise. What did I want to do? Mike's using the welder, so I'm not going to button that up. I'll come back to that. I think we're going to start the other side. Let's start the other side. There's a bit of contrast. You can see where we're going with that. Comparing that side where we've worked to that side where we've not yet worked. Like tidying. Some cleaning up to do. But that's alright once we've got access from the inside. And this whole section, not really seen much of till now. It's looking pretty bad. But we know where we've got to go, we know what we've got to do. Putting the time in. So let's have a look at this side. From back to front, obviously there's some work to do, as you can clearly see. A lot of that surface rust, some sort of nest. What's the nest? Let me know in the comments. Again, some little bits and pieces. This seems all right. I think this will clean up okay. This is where the fun starts though. So again, we've got to get this panel off. That's this whole side panel. The bottom rail comes off again. The inside of the bin, so we can see where the... Actually, we can see on this side, that's the floor panel section. So I can cut up, put the new side in, put the new floor panel section over the top. That's pretty good. This is battery bracket, which I've got all new. Just need to figure out how to reference point that. Maybe it's not important where it goes. That lip's interesting. So that's a reference point, that lip. And there's one at that side underneath a lot of crud. So I need to keep that reference point somehow. But again, this whole floor is shot, as you can see. In fact, I'm going to say this is worse than the other side. Just need to get cutting. So unfortunately, it's going to be much the same on the other side. Cutting, grinding, cleaning. Not much fun to watch. I'll probably speed through this, although it's going to take me a while to do. Cracking on. Could I do it any different and save myself some time? I'm just going to take up some reference measurements before I start chopping. 130, 126. 126 for 8. Tip? Yeah, where does that tip? 8 there. 29 there. So looking at this, I've got this panel here, so that can come out. It's dead anyway, so that's coming out. I'm going to cut around this. I want to leave this inner sill as a reference point, so this outer sill wants to come off it. So I'm going to work on that now. I'm going to cut down there, cut along there, cut up there, and cut this out in entirety. Let's see where we go, little by little. I've got some baseline measurements, so there's some reference points. I'm going to take a lot of photos for reference. Always good to have something to look back on. Obviously I've got the film. So this definitely got worse. Definitely the worst side. I'm going to end up replacing this. I've got this one, so that's fine. I've got all the bars inside here for the battery tray. This sill's shot again, like the other side was, so that's fine. This front panel's coming off in its entirety. Just took that bottom strut off. That came off all right. See what's underneath these when I take it off. But I'm just trying to get this off in a one piece. But now I know I can sacrifice these. I'm going to cut off there and cut there. That comes off with that. Do the same here. Leave that one in place. Leave that one in place for now. I think that'll clean up all right. It looks clean underneath. Nip that there. And that comes off with this. That's the plan. See what we can do. I think I started on the easy side. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well, you got fell.
I'm taking that out in its entirety. I've got that panel. And I need to find that panel. Might be makeable, to be fair.
Yeah.
I can copy it from that one. But that's that one. The only difference this one has is that inlay to go over that swage.
Yeah. Yeah, so you just do your fold line down there.
Easy, innit? So make one of them for there. It's also got my measurements, which is nice. That's coming off as a 1. I decided to take the lip off. There's a down lip on that.
Yeah.
I just cut through it, taking it off, put it back on. Yeah. It caused me more problems trying to fix the old one on the other side. The heel board looks all right once I get to it.
Yeah.
Toe board panel. It's not really a toe board panel, but that inner panel might be all right. we see, but it's hanging in it. There's something, they've filled it with something, it just snapped a disc. There's something in here so hard, I don't know what it is, but it feels soft now though. That's weird. It's really hard to cut through. There's something in here as well, I don't know what it is. It could be the fiberglass or what they've used to bond it. What are we looking at here? So, like I did on that other side, pretty much cut down this double skin line. That skin is actually the floor panel uplift. So there's a double skin. I've bought, or we've fabricated that inner skin. Floor panel comes with the outer skin. Then these sides go on. So all I need to do here is tidy all this up. All I need to do here is tidy all this up, cut that off, put on the inner skin, which is this one like this here, like we've done here. And then we're looking at sliding the floor panel in place and tacking it in. Doesn't feel like it's a million miles away. I have done things a bit quicker at this side. I tried to save a lot on that other side, and it cost me time. It wasn't worth it. I actually had to start redoing things. So this time I've gone a bit more aggressive and just taken a little bit more back, which creates me some more work but saves me some time, I think, and puts more fresh metal on. We'll see how that pans out. Keep along for the ride, keep watching, see where this build takes me. If I can clean up all these overlap sections, this, tidy this bracket off. I want to try and retain this as the rear subframe mounting point. I don't want to move that, so I don't want to take it off. Clearly needs a clean up. This needs to come off. So I'm going to do what I've done here with that one. Get these overlap sections off, cut this bottom off, then it's clean it up and start building it up again. No need for this to take me the 6 months it took the last side. We've figured out what we can retain, we've figured out what we can cut away, and we've realised that it's actually quicker to rebuild and replace than try and preserve. Smashing it off. Let's go. Let's go. I am dying of grinding and cleaning up beat for one day. Face tells the story. It's filthy. Feel like we've done all right though. That camera was pointing to the stars. That'll be good footage. We'll show you that. Today I'm going to start cleaning up now for today. I've cleaned off these overlaps. That's obviously got a piece to cut out somewhere. I've got some pieces to fabricate like this, which shouldn't be too much problem. Goes like that. I've got that panel for there somewhere. There. That's good. That also gives me something to work to in terms of dimensions. So we know we've got to work to that. That's where everything came out. This one's a very similar panel, but without that cutout in the bottom, so we can make that. I've also got the old one there. Like that. So we'll keep that. Cut that out along there. That goes in its place. No energy left, I'm dying. Okay, and then we're almost building the boxes back up, which is exciting. In the edit, again, it'll be another day, maybe tomorrow, get that done. See if I can take another day off work. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments what you'd do differently, if anything. Please like and subscribe if you've not already. Thank you so much. Let's see what Mike's doing real quick. Mike's making doors fit. He's loving life. What began as a 2-minute fettle turned into a... Look at that. Look at that. What a boy. Nice work, Mikey.
That'll do, son.
As always, JM Garage, isn't it?